Hi everyone, my name is Margaret and I'm from Canada. I'm new on YouTube, so I hope you'll bear with me if I'm mumbling and stumbling. But I just wanted to first thank the wonderful ladies out there in our crafting community who have inspired me now for the last, almost a year. This all started with my sleepless nights and my insomnia, and I discovered that there were so many wonderful, talented people on YouTube. And in doing that, watching your videos, I have expanded my crafting ventures, especially with fabric journals and doily journals. I absolutely fell in love with them. And I just wanted to give a special thanks to a special lady, a special friend to me named Va. Hi, Va. She was the first one who actually contacted me, and I was just so taken aback with all her compliments about my work, because as you ladies know, whenever you make something, you never think it's quite good enough until someone else recognizes your work. And she really went out of her way and encouraged me to start posting on YouTube. Now, I don't have a video camera, and I thank my wonderful nephew Christian, who's actually recording this for me. And this all started because Va has purchased a couple of my journals, and then she asked me to make her a special journal for her upcoming birthday. And I don't normally do custom orders because I get myself all psyched up and all panicky over it and all stressed out over it. But this is one challenge I wanted to take on for Va, and I'm filming it now. It'll be the first time she's actually seeing the whole thing, but I'm hoping that she'll love it, and it's going to be really hard for me to part with it because it's the biggest project I've ever taken on, and I'm really happy with the results, and I'm really sad to see it go, but I'm happy because it'll be in good hands with Va. First of all, I just want to mention I'm not going to go into great detail with each and every page, what I used, how I used it. This project uses mostly vintage doilies, trims, and embellishments. I really enjoy going to look for the embellishments and the trims rather than ordering them. It's just, for me, the greatest pleasure is the find. Going into a thrift shop and finding a garment or a piece of old linen or a doily that I know I can do great things with. That's the thrill for me. So I'm usually in thrift shops at least once or twice a week. And of course, as you ladies know, sometimes you come out with bags full of things, and sometimes you don't really find too much. But Va and I have a thing going with wedding dresses. We're both crazy that way. We love wedding dresses. I don't know how many wedding dresses I've had to sneak into my house and then take them apart, and I have all kinds of beautiful embellishments now because of that. But we're keeping our eyes open for a beautiful wedding dress for Va. That's a promise I've made to her. So let's begin. This is my cover, and I've used different scraps of doilies to make these flowers. I experimented with these this netting kind of trim, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Va emphasized that she really wanted this to look old, and I did my best with the staining, and I hope that you love it, Va. I know when you get it in your hands, you'll really see the difference than just seeing it on camera. Anyway, I also promised her a little twist to the journal, which, first of all, it was very tricky to bind this because it's almost like a cake. It's almost half a foot high. It was really hard to bind, so I had to do it in segments with the binder rings. But I was happy with how it turned out. I did it in segments, and then I took the smaller binder rings and brought them all together with these pretty ribbons that I've actually dyed and stained, so they look old. I'm trying to achieve that old look as much as possible. As you can see, it has all kinds of yummy laces and dangles, which Va loves. I've used little scraps of doilies and muslin and what do you call it? Seam binding, mostly dyed with tea, coffee, or avocado skins. The little twist is this little tiny box here. It was kind of fun to make, and as you can see, I put a little label behind it, and it's called Memories, and it's actually a little music box that I've incorporated in it. And if you wind it up, it plays Memories. So that's a fun little touch and a nice little keepsake for Va. There you go. So, and what I did with this is I just cut down like a little tiny ring box and glued the actual music box inside. It was a really tiny one. I think I took it off some kind of a little jewelry box anyway, and I had it forever and ever, and I finally put it to good use. So that's what that is. Made a little stick pin, tried to use the colors that would complement the cover of the journal. I bound this with the seam binding. Actually have a couple of loops here that you can put the seam binding through, and you can open the first page. And it's still playing Memories here. Anyway, this is the first page. Again, vintage doilies, flowers made from that, old trims that I've taken off some kind of garment for sure, a blouse or whatever. This is an earring that I've cut down and put on the page. Put a little bit of rhinestone trim in there to give it a little bit of bling, which I know Va loves. And these pictures are actually, a good part of them were chosen by Va herself. She decided which photos she wanted to use of these lovely vintage ladies. A little bit of lace. Again, they've all been dyed with either tea, coffee, avocado skins, or some of them were just plain beautiful cream, and I used them as they were. This is the second page here. Again, a little trim from a doily. I love the pleated trims, and I'll take those from anywhere. Blouses, I've taken them from old doll dresses. I'll cut them up, and I always have some on hand because I just love to use them. This flower here was from a doily. Looks like a big spider. The little pearl trim, a little doily rose. I made little roses here. I embellished the lady's dress with a little ribbon and pearl. Again, some flat back pearls here, and tons and tons of doilies, as you can see. There's just layers and layers of doilies. I don't know how many doilies I've used for this. Anyway, next page again. This is Va's favorite lady. I believe her name is Lily Elsie. Again, I've used the different tones of crocheted flowers, some pearls. I love covered buttons. I just love them. They always have that vintage old feel to me, and they always make any project look really, really pretty. I don't know what it is, but I just love it. And I've tucked away some laces, some trims, a little bling, and I've actually used some silver thread to embellish the earring and the headband on Elsie, and a little bit of tulle here, just to give it a little bit of a kick, a little bit of an embellishment there. So that's that page. This one here, I decided to do just strictly go crazy with doilies, and as you can see, it's layers upon layer upon layer of doily, and I've just again used some snippets to create that layered dangle look, a little bit of seam binding. This is a lace from I believe a communion dress sleeve cuff, and so I reserved that and blended it in, and that's that page. Again, layer upon layer of doilies. The next page, little dangle, a little crystal dangle there. I cut down a vintage doily again and created a little bow effect and stuck that on. A little bit of bling applique with pearls. Again, dangles galore. Look at that. I love the dangles too. And the next page, I took again a vintage doily. I love this. I love the design in it, and stuck it on another doily with the pearls. And I had some wedding dress appliques with mainly the pearls. I've rolled up the doily around the photo to make it into a frame, and then of course added all the little embellishments. Here's a little earring, which I thought the colors were pretty, a very soft pink, and the Aurora Borealis kind of looking beads, and it adds a little bit of sparkle to the page as well. Flipping over. Okay, again, a lot of vintage doilies cut up. I love these. They were part of a doily, but when I cut them, they actually turned into more of a spiral, and it added a little bit of texture. And then in those, I put little tiny pieces from, I think that was from a blouse of some kind. I took it off. It had a crocheted piece with the little rhinestones and pearls in it, so I snipped those out. Some old tassels, again from an old doily, and piece it all together. Added a little rose embellishment for her beautiful hat, and a little bow on her sleeve, again using the silver thread to embellish our sweet lady Lily. And the final page is the pocket page, and I always love to do a pocket page because the journal has more meaning if you always are able to tuck a little something special in it. Again, using an old vintage doily, I created this pocket with a little pearl finish, a little trim, and inside is actually a little scroll that I made for Va. And what I did is I just went online and picked up some favorite nice little quotes and inspirational sayings about life and family and love and all that stuff, and I thought it would be a nice little keepsake to keep it in the pocket, and then Va could add some of her own special things in there if she wanted to. And we'll just tie that back up. And just put it back in the pocket. Close it up, and again, layers of doilies. And then the back page, I've just snipped a flower from a doily, added that on top of another doily, on top of another doily, and I'm telling you, it's thick as can be. I don't think it could have been any thicker than this. So there you have it. Again, lots of yummy dangles. I really enjoyed every minute making this, and I really hope that you love it, Va. And if you don't, just send it right on back, as you always say. Oh, by the way, I did make these little dangle hearts here as well. Just made them out of a couple of pieces of scrap doilies and a little bit of wedding dress embellishment, and that's part of your dangle as well. So I hope you love it, and I appreciate all your kind comments, and thank you for allowing me to do this, and I hope that I didn't ramble on too long, but again, thank you so much, and I hope one day I'll have my own video camera so I can really share all the pictures and videos with you in a better way. But for now, we'll start with Va's, and I thank you again, and hope to see you all again soon. Thanks. Bye for now.